This is news just coming to you live from digital address GA0992539 live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 144. Thanks for your company. Now, Acting IGP James Opongbuonu is in the northern region town of Tamale to commiserate with the family of a police woman who was murdered at a snap check duty point on the Kumbungu Road on Tuesday. According to the police, she was shot by suspected armed robbers dressed in military uniform who refused to obey signals of police officers there. The service has dispatched a combined team of officers from the CID and National Operations Department to the Northern Region capital as it investigates the murder. A 10,000 cedi reward has also been offered to anyone who gives credible information about the suspected robbers. I'll be sharing more with you on a statement released by the service. But let's go live now. The acting IGP has been visiting the scene of the incident and is now, we understand, at the residence of this deceased officer. Martina Bugri is with him and joins us via phone with more. Hello, Martina.
Hi, Bennett. Good morning.
Good morning. Must be a really difficult moment for family and even colleagues in the police service. Tell us what's been happening since the IGP arrived in Tamale.
He went to the scene this morning, interacted with the police officers who are currently there investigating, and also those who are on patrol around the area. He interacted with them, and then he just moved into the home of the deceased. I must say there's a very quiet and solemn moment here. Once you enter into the neighborhood, the place is so quiet that you can tell that something unusual is happening in the neighborhood. And when you get into the compound of the house, though people are sitting there, everybody is very quiet. Some are holding their chin. In a sober and solemn mood. I mean, I saw the husband earlier on. He looked very distressed, very confused looking. You can tell that indeed he's in deep pain. He walked in and the IGP has just entered with his team.
Martina, when the IGP visited the scene, did he make any comments? Did he say anything?
I didn't get that, Bennett.
I'm asking what the IGP has been saying. You told us he visited the scene, but has he been saying anything? If he has, what exactly has he been saying?
He spoke with his people who were not allowed to be part of that meeting. And those other two officers who were there when the incident happened were also in a vehicle close by. After speaking with the men who were doing the work, they went into a small meeting with those other two officers before he left. But we didn't exactly get what he was telling the people because we are not allowed to.
Martina, so visiting the scene, currently at the family's residence, what else are we expecting the IGP to do once he's in Tamale, even as this unfortunate incident occurred?
He would meet the police team, the whole command, right after here, and then he also inspect a quarter guard parade and so.
And what is this parade supposed to do? Is it a separate event or it's in relation to the murder of this police woman?
It's in relation to the murder of Corporal Agatha Nana Nabi.
Martina, tell us more about this police officer. It appears that the information about her is quite scanty.
We know that she's a mother of 3. We also know that she's from the Chirikoni areas. I'm told she's a Chokosi. We know that she's a hard-working woman. Speaking to colleagues, that was what they tell us. She's a kind-hearted person who is ready and always willing to serve and give to others. That's what I gather about her.
Martina, yesterday when we spoke to the Sanerugu commander, he did mention and in fact admitted that there have been concerns about security in the area. Give us a sense of what the general security situation in Tamale is.
I have been speaking to residents, especially for where 2 robbery incidents happened about 2 weeks ago. One, a forest bureau operator closed from the shop. He was going home. He was trailed to his home and robbed. The other one was a pharmacist whose pickup was also killed. They trailed him to his home and robbed him of his pickup. And then yesterday there was another incident of robbery in the community. So I spoke to the assemblyman of the area, and he says that it's a worrying trend, especially coming from it's a new neighborhood, and so they are worried that they are taking refuge, the armed robbers are taking refuge in that community and causing mayhem in the town. Now, but generally, people are worried that it's becoming one too many in the area, that at least in every 2-3 weeks, you would hear of a major robbery case in the town. It used not to be like that. And so people are very worried that if something is not done to stop it, it could continue and spread to other places in the area.
For the sake of clarity, Martina, when you say the area, where exactly do you mean?
We mean the metropolis, the Tamale metropolis and
okay.
Sanerugu.
And Sanerugu. All right. Martina, so we'll leave you to continue your tour with the acting IGP. We understand that he's in the family house right now, is it? And
yes,
is expected to interact with the family. So we'll be expecting updates from you. But that's my colleague, Martina Bugri. They're joining us from the Northern Region capital, Tamale, where the acting IGP is, visited the scene of a murder where a woman was involved, and also commiserating with the family. We'll bring you more on that. But before his visit, the police service sent reinforcement to Tamale and put in a number of measures in reaction to this incident. They released a statement with details of that. JoyNews editor Fred Smith is in the studio with a copy of that statement to share the details with us, Fred.
Well, a specialized team of police forces have been deployed there. They are to support the local police in tracking these guys who shot and killed the police officer. We understand that officers from the Criminal Investigations Department, the Intelligence, as well as the National Operations Department are all there to try and help. And as you can see how the investigation is currently going, they are bent on getting these guys once and for all. Martina mentioned the number of robbery incidents that have happened in the area. I would believe that the IGP would like to track these people and get them, because there's a belief that these people will be the same guys behind the other robberies. If you recall, not too long ago, there have been robberies outside the northern region, but it's within the new regions that have been created from the northern region, and so these guys can operate from there. There was a similar situation a few months ago in the Upper West region until the leader of a gang was picked up, and that seems to have come to an end. And so the IGP is actually giving a 10,000 Ghana cedi reward to anybody who can give information, and they've advertised telephone contacts to the police if you have any information to this effect.
Fred, yesterday in my conversation with the commander of the Sanerugu district of the police service, he mentioned something about logistics. He also spoke about the constraints they have, and this was in direct response to my question about how protected this police officer and her colleagues were. We understand that in the statement, commanders are being asked to do something with regards to the safety of the personnel they deploy.
Indeed, all regional commanders that's across the country have been directed to put in extra measures to ensure the safety of the officers they deploy for duties and that of the general public, and that surely will include the provision of logistics to the station. Of course, if you're there without weapons, it may be difficult to, deal with such groups.
Thank you very much, Fred. I really appreciate your time here. That's the JoyNews editor, Fred Smith, giving us details of that statement released by the police prior to the acting IGP's visit to Tamale. And unfortunately, he's there on a bad note. The IGP is there to commiserate with the family of a police officer who was murdered by suspected robbers. We understand from the police service that these robbers were in military uniform, and this officer, together with her colleagues, were at a checkpoint on the Kumbungu Tamale Road, and when they signaled for them to stop, they started firing at them, and unfortunately this officer lost her life. Don't forget, if you have any information, the police is willing to offer 10,000 cedi for any information, that credible information that you have on this particular one. We'll keep our eyes on Tamale and let you know what more comes from there.